This is Lara and Naras making your day with the 8th part of an article I wrote in Great Civilizations. Chapter, The Rise of Christianity. And we continue to quote. Like the Jews, Christians were also persecuted by ancient Rome, and probably for the same reason. They refused to contribute Christ to the common pantheon on Mount Olympus, and insulted and repulsed them with the same arrogance. We worship the one true God, and you infidels are all going to hell. Now the Romans are a civilized, patient, and forbearing people, and it is on record that they issued special permits to Jews and Christians to practice their religion. Do you think that Jews and Christians were grateful? Most probably they expected these gracious concessions as their inherent right. And we imagine that the Roman patience began to wear thin. The Jews were an exclusive society, limited only to people of their own race. As a result, they were comparatively few and easily expelled from their home in Palestine and from the Roman Empire. But the Christians were different. They were inclusive. They converted many Gentiles and Romans to their faith. They were fanatic and persistent and welcomed martyrdom and grew to such numbers that the Romans could not safely deport them. Emperor Nero accused them of burning Rome as an excuse to feed them to the lions and get rid of them once and for all. And it did not work. They kept multiplying like rabbits on a diet of durian, a Filipino fruit considered aphrodisiac. And when the time came, they were able to convert even the emperor to the Christian faith. Constantine, but sometime between 315 and 325 AD, he gave to the See of Rome, that is the Pope, spiritual dominion over the entire world and secular authority over Europe. He did this in a 3,000-word document called Constitutum Constantini, the deed, the donation of Constantine. More about this after these messages. This is Lara and Naras making your day with the 8th part of an article I wrote on civilizations. Chapter, The Rise of Christianity. Continue to quote. It was then that the donation of Constantine was cited by various popes throughout the Middle Ages and used to buttress many of the church's temporal claims. So influential were the popes of Rome that popes can call on Christian kings to come to their aid. One of them was Charlemagne. In gratitude, the Pope crowned him the Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire under the spiritual guidance of the See of Rome by virtue of Constitutum Constantini. The Church reached the height of its power in the 13th century. It had supreme authority in the field of religion, had charge of all education, since the clergy were the most learned men of Europe. They had large estates and great wealth, and had its own law courts and to try offenders. In those days, heresy was worse than treason, because while treason was a crime against the king, heresy was a crime against God. To crush heresy, Pope Innocent III organized the Holy Inquisition. The See of Rome instituted Latin as a lingua franca of the Western world, introduced the study of liberal arts, and established the first great universities. Civilization flourished by the authority of Constantine's donation. The first doubts about the authenticity of Constitutum Constantini were cast in the 15th century. It had come to light that Constantine had given the Church of Rome authority over his capital city, called New Rome, then Constantinople, now Istanbul, at least 10 years before the city even existed. By the 18th century, Voltaire could openly call the donation of Constantine that boldest and most magnificent forgery. The perpetrator of this atrocity was never identified, but whoever he is, we owe him recognition as one of the greatest movers of history. Indeed, for sheer audacity and widespread effect over the centuries, this forgery has no equal. To this, the greatest practical joke in all history, do we owe the supremacy of the Catholic Church and the Christian world. This is Larry Adares, making your day, saying good day, God bless you. Thank you very much for being with us. Till next time, hasta la bye-bye.